hearing to consider the proposed dedication of River Road cul-de-sac in Perry Township. This hearing is being called to order by myself, President of the Board of Commissioners. This hearing is being held in accordance with Section 5553.05 of the Ohio Revised Code for the primary purpose of hearing comments on the proposed dedication of River Road cul-de-sac in Perry Township, and this hearing will be recorded. Will the clerk please read the verification of publication of the newspapers? And I do believe this can be waived. Legal? Yes? Okay. That's so waived. Okay. The county representative is now asked to comment on the proposed dedication of the cul-de-sac in Perry Township. I believe that's David.
Good morning. Good morning, Commissioners. David Rodacci, Lake County Planning Community Development Director. The county, this is part of the Ruben Road project. As part of the project, River Road was cut before it used to connect into State Route 84 and Lane. And in order to provide a proper turnaround, they installed a cul-de-sac at the end of River Road. The land was purchased as part of the project. It needs to be dedicated as full right-of-way in order for it to be fully utilized to its fullest potential.
Very good. Any questions? None being heard. Thank you,
Mr.
sir.
President?
Sir.
I would just add that as a practical consequence of dedicating this road, I've had a few residents on the street ask what this means. It means that the county, and please correct, add, amend if I'm wrong, the county will maintain, will plow, will take care of the cul-de-sac indefinitely as it does all other county roadways.
That is correct. In fact, in putting it into right-of-way, puts it onto the road mileage.
And I would just add that Commission President John Hamercheck and myself, per state statutory requirements, toured the cul-de-sac this morning so we can verify that it is indeed present and well paved on the map, although Mr. Rodacci, you noted that there was no monument box and that we will be following up on that little detail.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Very good, Dave. Any person wishing to comment on the proposed dedication of the River Road cul-de-sac in Perry Township is invited to speak at this time, or an agent may speak on their behalf after stating their names and address in full in a clear and distinct voice for the record. Do we have anyone wishing to address the board at this time? Seeing none, the board will now receive any written comments on the proposed road dedication at this time. Madam Clerk, do we have any written comments?
There are no written comments.
Thank you, ma'am. At this time, the board will now request a report on the road dedication from the county engineer. Do we have a representative from the county engineer's office? David, do we have a representative from the county engineer's office?
No.
Okay, thank you.
We will make sure they are notified.
Very good, thank you. The Board of County Commissioners will not make any decision on the above stated road dedication at this time. Additional written comments on the subject may be sent to the clerk of the Board of Lake County Commissioners, 105 Main Street, 5th floor, Building A, Lake County Administration Center, Haynesville, Ohio, 44077, until 4:30 on Wednesday, July 6, 2022. And I will adjourn this meeting at this time. And Madam Clerk, would you please note the time?
Time noted.
Very good. And this meeting stands adjourned. And with that, I'd like to roll directly into our 25th meeting of the Lake County Board of Commissioners. Would all those who are willing and able please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag of our country.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Grant us, O Lord, light to our understanding, prudence in our investigating, foresight in our planning, sincerity in our deliberating, the grace to follow truth in our judgment. Help us to be moved in our decision, neither by fear nor by self-interest, and to do our work faithfully. May we respect the authority vested in us, for thou art the source of all authority. And may we use in our directives for the common good, and for thy honor and glory. Amen.
Amen.
Very good. Thank you all. Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Commissioner Plechnik.
Present.
Commissioner Tyler.
Here.
Commissioner Hamercheck.
Here. Well, I would like to take this moment to welcome Commissioner Tyler. Thank you for stepping up and offering your services as a true public servant with a servant's heart. It is good to see you here, sir. Commissioner Plechnik, any welcoming comments?
Mr. President, I would just add that not so many years ago, when I won my first race for City Council, then Kirtland Mayor Mark Tyler swore me into my very first term. So it was a great honor to come full circle, to return the favor, and to administer the oath of office this morning to Commissioner Tyler. I know that he will do great things, not just for Kirtland, but all of Lake County, and it's an honor to serve with you, sir.
Sir?
Thanks to you
Oh, you
both.
just turned your microphone. The new guy, he just turned his mic off. Come on now.
Okay,
there we go.
I was trained. So thanks to you both. I'm looking forward to working with both commissioners. They've been so supportive. The staff's been incredible. Mr. DeLeon as well. Thank you all. Very excited about this opportunity to serve the citizens of Lake County. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Yay. Okay, this brings us to our first public comment portion. We have some really good things to talk about here today. We have some guests here from Lake Tran. Joel, come on up. We've got some good things to talk about.
Yeah, absolutely.
Keeping in mind Joel is with the Lake County Board of Commissioners.
That's right. First, obviously, want to welcome Commissioner Tyler aboard. Look forward to working with you. Today, we do have a couple brief presentations that are really important because I think they show what sets Lake County apart, and that's teamwork. Both of the presentations, projects that we're going to talk about here in a couple minutes really show when the Commissioner's Office, other elected officials, other county agencies work together, what we can accomplish. And I really think that's what sets us apart. That's something I'm a big proponent of, and obviously the board is always a big proponent of. So with that, I would like to introduce Ben Capel, the CEO from Lake Tran.
Well, hold on, Joel. We got a toot your horn first here. Nothing good happens without.
Please don't. We want Commissioner Tyler to stay around, so don't scare him away yet.
Well, as Mr. Paul Harvey used to say, and now for the rest of the story, this all started with a very modest meeting and presentation at Auburn Career Center. You were there. I believe we had somebody else. Oh, here we go, sitting in the back row. Hi. And it was a really interesting presentation on the Paradox Prize. And I remember pulling you aside and saying, I want this. And you didn't let me down. You partnered with all the right people. Emphasis on Lake Tran, all the right people.
That's right.
Joel, I got to say, you brought it together. You put the right team together. And a lot of times it's kind of like our County Administrator Jason Boyd and the rest of the staff doing all these things behind the scenes that nobody sees. So I wanted to right up front say thank you.
Yeah, no problem. A lot of it is just picking the right people to be on your team. So I'm going to give 99% of the credit to Lake Tran, and I know everyone gave Patrick a lot of credit Monday. I'd hate to do it twice in 1 week, but Patrick did a ton of the legwork on this project as well. So.
Oh yeah, there you go. And bring Ben Capel, because my goal is to make Ben such a commodity everybody has him in demand that we can't afford to lose him.
There you go.
There, now I entered that into the public record. Come on up, Ben. There we go. Now we're setting you up for success. Of course, Joel puts the microphone up so high there. It's like,
Maybe he thinks I'm taller than I really am. Thank you.
we're elevating you.
Need some taller shoes. This is another example, and I've said this before, and I'll say it again, is that Lake County teams up and coordinates better than anybody else. I tell it to my peers all the time. I tell it to everybody in the community. And this is just another perfect example of that taking place. This was truly a team effort. And, we proved to the whole region that we had a better project and we did something just a little bit better than everybody else. And that truly takes the teamwork of the commissioners, the Port Authority, and Lake Tran. And this is just a great day for us to be able to not just say it, but prove it with cash.
Indeed. Indeed. And that actually is, not to de-waste it, Lake Tran, this project literally took the top billing in this project.
Yeah, this $25,000 is, we won a grant because our project was worthy of a grant. They awarded, I think, like around 15 out of 100 applications, so that was the first level. This is out of all of those projects, ours was the best once it was done. And so, we met the bar for a good project to begin with, and then this is the point when, you cross the finish line first. And so it just feels pretty good.
And do you want to give a little history as to exactly what people are hearing? What's this Paradox Prize? Do you want to kind of
Sure.
put a little history out there?
So the Paradox Prize was a program done by the Fund for the Economic Future where they allocated $1 million to the region to help break the transportation paradox, which the paradox is no car, no job, no job, no car. And so we created a program pre-pandemic as a partnership with CRT and Lincoln Electric, and then the pandemic happened, and a lot of the programs just kind of...
CRT is Component
Repair Technologies. I'm sorry, yes.
Sometimes people can be very sensitive with just letters, so
Yes, I did not think about that.
that's our job.
Yes. They're a manufacturer on Tyler Boulevard. And a lot of programs during the pandemic kind of stopped or paused and didn't really adjust. One of the first things we did was say our previous program might not be able to be sustainable. Let's adjust into a new program, which is the one that really took off and won the award, where employers can sign up as part of the program and then their employees can get free transportation from Lake Tran to get to work. So it really encourages the employer to be part of the conversation through the employee and work with with us to get them people to work. We have, I believe, over 100 employers signed up. We've worked with over 400 individuals, and so that's a greater number than the rest of the program with the fund. And so, kind of the proof is in the pudding of the project working and getting to the point where we were awarded another $25,000 to continue the program longer.
And this took full advantage of Lake Tran's ability to be flexible, adapt, and execute with great success. I think that's fair to say that.
Yeah, it was definitely, when the pandemic hit, it was a lot of decisions were being made, and this is one of the projects that had to be adjusted to make it successful, and I think it was more successful because of that, actually.
Agreed, especially in light of all the challenges that you had to overcome. And I say you as an organization.
Yes.
There you
Teamwork makes the dream work,
Well said, well said. Commissioner Pleshik, anything you want to answer?
Mr. President, I would just express gratitude for the leadership of Lake Tran CEO Ben Capel, his leadership team, and Chuck Zibel and Brian Falkowski. I know that Donna McNamee, one of his trustees, was here representing the board as well. We've got Julia Schick and so many others who contribute to all of these efforts. So on behalf of Lake County, we're grateful to have such a hardworking partner in Lake Tran.
Thank you.
Agreed. Commissioner Tyler, anything you'd like to add?
Well,
sir?
congratulations, Ben. It's our first time we got to meet, so thank you. Look forward to working with you.
Thank you, appreciate it. I also look forward to it. We did bring the giant check with us, too, so.
Julia's saying, you want the photo op? It's like, bring that sucker up here. That's impressive. So I understand this is the first time Lake Tran has received such a large check, and I say that with all
This
puns
is large. I mean,
intended.
Andre, our grant specialist, brought home some larger dollars than this, but it's the first large check we actually got. Usually it's just, a letter from the FTA.
There you go. This one's a whopper.
Anybody else want to join?
Commissioner Tyler?
Patrick, anybody else want to join now?
Donna, want to come on up?
Donna, can you come up? Oh, you want to do it? It's completely up to you. Patrick, I'm not going to be able to go.
I say, Ben, you need to go in the middle here.
What help? You're so tall.
I like that.
Bring it down.
Just
They hold it even. Nobody wants the cockeyed check. It doesn't look good in voting. It's crooked. It's good. Connie, why don't you go down in front of Patrick? That's good. Now you're straight.
It's on target, ladies.
All right, on me. All right, thank you. Thank you. Good to see you.
All right, Commissioner Tyler, it's official. You've had your first photo op. There we go. All right, now this brings us to thank you again, Lake Tran and the Paradox Prize. Corey Vojak, Workforce Development. I believe you have a couple of videos for us by chance. Welcome, sir.
Good morning, Commissioners. I want to speak briefly on our recent project with the Ohio Means Jobs team and the Lake County Sheriff's Office. The Ohio Means Jobs Lake County team is proud of the many workforce services and resources it can offer local businesses, but delighted when we can highlight them through our Employer Spotlight video series. Incomparable to any other assistance provided to local employers throughout the state of Ohio, On-Site with Ohio Means Jobs is a unique approach to showcasing Lake County businesses, all the while incorporating more social media and technology practices into our outreach and advertising efforts. Recently, we teamed up with the Lake County Sheriff's Office to give viewers an inside look at the various positions and duties conducted by those in uniform. Equally important to note is that many of these jobs are open and available right now for the public to apply for. In this abbreviated version of the original Spotlight, Sheriff Frank Leon Bruno provides a general overview of the Sheriff's Office and its various divisions. He also alludes to the importance of each division and its daily responsibilities. In addition, he makes a public pitch to recruit quality candidates that will not only fill the needs of those of these numerous roles, but to individuals who want to establish a rewarding career and make a difference in our communities. Currently, the Sheriff's Office is hiring for multiple positions, including Corrections Officer, Deputy Sheriff, Public Safety Dispatcher, and Corrections Nurse. In the extended video on our YouTube channel, Facebook, and LinkedIn pages, you can watch officers from 4 different areas in which they are hiring speak candidly on the daily obligations and duties of the individuals serving in those positions. And so I think we have a short video to present of that video.
For those viewing, do you want to pan the camera over to the screen? Or? Thank you, Matt.
Good afternoon. Ohio Means Jobs, Lake County here, and we'd like to thank you for joining us on another segment of On-Site with Ohio Means Jobs. You know, in the months of May and June, we spent a lot of time reflecting on those individuals who have served our country over the years. But today, we'd like to celebrate some of the individuals who continue to do so every day. So today we're on site at the Lake County Sheriff's Office, and we're going to spotlight some of those employees in uniform and learn about the various positions conducted inside these walls. Now, we're equally excited also to mention that many of these rewarding jobs are also available right now. So let's head on inside and learn a little bit more.
Lake County Sheriff's Office has about 250 individuals serving in our various divisions, from the jail to the courts, to the road patrol, to court services, to dispatch services. We touch the lives of many individuals throughout Lake County in so many ways every day, often in the most critical areas of their life at the most critical times. We're looking today for individuals to come and serve alongside us, to make a big difference in your community and in your life by the impact you can make on your neighbors. We're looking for candidates with a strong work commitment, who carry great values, those values of integrity and respect and commitment to an organization. We're looking for people who want to make a career and make a difference. The Lake County Sheriff's Office offers amazing benefits to the people that work here, from public employees retirement system to outstanding health care benefits to personal improvement plans. We believe this provides a great opportunity for your career and to support you and your family. We are creating an outstanding culture here at the Lake County Sheriff's Office, where each member here serves their community and supports each other in our efforts to make a difference. Candidates can apply directly online on our website. If you go to the Lake County Sheriff's Office and go under Employment on the left side of the column, you'll see a variety of positions posted. There you can read about those positions and click to fill out an application.
Individuals that helped participate in making today's video a success. Simply enough, they're looking for individuals who want to serve, protect, and simply make a difference. Perhaps they're looking for you. Now again, thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to hit that like button. Remember, you can find Ohio Means Jobs Lake County on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and many other various social media sites. And please, join us again, because who knows where we're going to end up next on another segment of On Site with Ohio Means Jobs.
Very good. Corey, okay, now it's time for you to get patted on the back here. You have a very gentle nature and you speak with soft tones. I don't want people to misunderstand that. Your level of enthusiasm, the passion you bring to this job, this is a proof of that effort. I know you got a good team working with you. Your leadership has been exceptional, exemplary, I dare say. So again, anyone hearing the soft tones, the matter-of-fact presentation style, there's a lot of energy there, and we really appreciate all the effort you're bringing to this effort. Commissioner Plechnik, anything you want to add, sir?
Mr. President, I would second your thanks to Corey Bojack. When we hired you to take this job as Director of Workforce Development, we asked for a new energy and enthusiasm because we recognize that there's been a real change in the need to create jobs to the need to bring jobs and job seekers together. It's about workforce development now more than ever. And you've been to every ribbon cutting, new business opening to directly connect Lake County's human resources to the new businesses. And that's a service that you don't see elsewhere in the state. So keep it up. We have a lot more to do.
Thank you. And Commissioner Tyler, I know as a former mayor, and I know you've been watching the proceedings of this board, anything you care to add to this, sir?
I appreciate the video, very well done. You all do some really great work for the county, so continue on. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioners. Like you reiterated, I have a really great team over with the Ohio Means Jobs team, and they really help with, outreach and doing all these great workforce initiatives that we've been working on. So thank you.
You're very welcome, sir. Very welcome. Okay, continuing in our first public comment portion, is anyone wishing to address the board at this time? Anyone wishing to address this board? Thank you. Moving on to the first agenda item. Madam Clerk, item 1, please.
In the Utilities Department, resolution increasing appropriations and transferring cash within Lake County Department of Utilities Solid Waste Operating Fund and Project Fund 597.
Move to approve.
Second.
Discussion? None being heard. Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Commissioner Plechnik.
Yes.
Commissioner Tyler.
Yes.
Commissioner Hammercheck.
Yes.
Resolution accepting a 3-year maintenance bond in the amount of $5,963.10 for Pebble Brooks Estates Subdivision Sanitary Sewer Lines, job number 21-21 in the Village of Grand River.
Move to approve.
Second.
Discussion? None being heard. Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Commissioner Plechnik.
Yes.
Commissioner Tyler.
Yes.
Commissioner Hammercheck.
Yes.
Resolution authorizing execution of a real estate purchase agreement with Aqua Ohio Incorporated for the Lake County Department of Utilities.
Move to approve.
Second.
Discussion? Randy, did you want to give a little background on that?
Sure, this is a capital improvement project. We're relocating our Twilight lift station in Mentor on the Lake, and this is a purchase of a very small piece of property in order to accomplish that.
And the dollar amount we're talking about is the $5,785. Okay, thank you. If there's nothing further, Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Commissioner Plechnik.
Yes.
Commissioner Tyler.
Yes.
Commissioner Hammercheck.
Yes.
Resolution rejecting all bids received on June 8, 2022, approving estimate in the amount of $1,767,600, and authorizing re-advertising for bids for the Trunk Sewer Rehab Phase 2 project number 552S for the Lake County Department of Utilities, bid opening July 13, 2022.
Move to approve.
Second.
And discussion. Randy?
This is another casualty of the supply chain issues that we're dealing with right now, and just the cost and the ability to get some of these projects done. We changed the scope of the project a little bit, expanded the time frame in order to get done, and we're going to go out and hopefully get some good bids.
Very good. If there's nothing further?
Mr. President?
Sir.
I just think it's worth highlighting, as we use the term supply chain, that this is another consequence of not only the difficulty in acquiring the necessary materials, but the difficulty in constant price changes due to inflation. State law requires us to go out to bid when all the bids come back in, or there are no bids back in at too high a level, and we're forced to constantly rebid. There are serious consequences to this inflation, and this is one of them. It delays our projects because we have to go through the bidding process to ensure that they're vetted and that everyone has an opportunity to bid, but a major change in price basically guarantees that we're going to reject all bids that will come in too high and have to rebid.
Very good. Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Commissioner Plechnik.
Yes.
Commissioner Tyler.
Yes.
Commissioner Hammercheck.
Yes.
Resolution approving final estimate number 4, release of retainage in the amount of $6,935.22 with American Environmental Group, LTD for 2020 GCCS Construction Wellfield Improvement Project 429L for the Lake County Department of Utilities.
Move to approve.
Second.
Discussion. None being heard. Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Commissioner Plechnik.
Yes.
Commissioner Tyler.
Yes.
Commissioner Hammercheck.
Yes.
Resolution approving final estimate number 4, release of retainage in the amount of $52,983.96 with American Environmental Group, LTD for the Lake County Landfill GCCS Construction Improvement Contract 2 Project 429L for the Lake County Department of Utilities.
Move to approve.
Second.
Discussion. None being heard. Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Commissioner Plechnik.
Yes.
Commissioner Tyler.
Yes.
Commissioner Hammercheck.
Yes.
Resolution certifying unpaid water and sewer sums and administrative charges to the Lake County Auditor.
Move to approve.
Second.
Discussion. None being heard. Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Commissioner Plechnik.
Yes.
Commissioner Tyler.
Yes.
Commissioner Hammercheck.
Yes.
In Job and Family Services Department, resolution authorizing execution of a service agreement between Lake Tran and the Lake County Board of Commissioners on behalf of the Lake County Department of Job and Family Services to provide transportation services to eligible Medicaid clients under the Non-Emergency Transportation NET program in an amount not to exceed $602,250 effective July 1st, 2022 through June 30th, 2023.
Move to approve.
Second.
Discussion. Suzanne, you want to give a little background on this?
Sure. This is a contract that Job and Family Services has had with Lake Tran for many years now, actually. It's a program that has been very beneficial to our clients served through Job and Family Services that are eligible for Medicaid services. This funding is possible so that the clients could contact our agency when they need rides to non-emergency appointments. I think that's the key. These have to be planful, scheduled visits to ensure that their physical health needs are being taken care of. So our staff work with Lake Tran to schedule the appointments. It has been a great collaboration throughout the years. I know we've talked about Lakeland earlier in the meeting, and I also extend my gratitude to Lakeland for this wonderful partnership that will continue to benefit the clients here in Lake County.
Well said. Thank you. There's nothing further. Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Commissioner Plechnik.
Yes.
Commissioner Tyler.
Yes.
Commissioner Hammercheck.
Yes.
Resolution approving the renewal of the Memorandum of Understanding between the Lake County Board of Commissioners, the Lake County Workforce Development Board, the Lake County Department of Job and Family Services, and the One Stop System Partners for participation in the OMJ Lake County Service Delivery System under the Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act for the one-year time period of July 1st, 2022 through June 30th, 2023, and authorizing the President of the Board to execute the Memorandum of Understanding.
Move to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? Well, Suzanne, that one's a mouthful, and I'm very pleased that our clerk was able to get through it without missing a beat. So would you care to give a bit of background on that one as well?
Sure, I could give a little background, and I also believe that Corey Vojek wanted to say a few words, the Director of Workforce Development. But this is really just a standard MOU that we are required to have in place as the one-stop operators for the OMJ Center. And there are required partners that participate in our one-stop, and I think Corey wanted to add a few additional words.
Absolutely. Suzanne outlined it pretty well. The MOU defines the roles, responsibilities, and funding requirements for all the required partners in our OMJ Center. So.
Very good. Is there anything further? Corey, as always, thank you. Suzanne, as
thank
always,
you.
Thank you. All right, Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Commissioner Plechnik.
Yes.
Commissioner Tyler.
Yes.
Commissioner Hammercheck.
Yes.
In the Commissioner's Office, resolution authorizing execution of agreements between the Lake County Board of Commissioners and the Lake County Department of Utilities for funds received from the U.S. Department of Treasury under the Coronavirus and Local Fiscal Recovery Funds, known as the American Rescue Plan Act of 2021.
Mr. President, I would like to move to approve.
Very good. Thank you, sir.
Second.
Very good. And under discussion, we have Mayor Potter with us. And Randy, I also know you're going to have some information. But Mayor, I know you've been instrumental in working with the county on this in your community. So the floor is yours, sir.
Thank you, Commissioner Hammercheck. And thanks to all the commissioners today for approving this. A special thanks to Commissioner Plechnik. 3 months ago, I called the commissioner, asked him to meet me at City Hall on an early, pretty cold morning. I think it was in March. And so he accepted. And in that conversation, I told him a little bit of background. I think he already knew some of the background related to our Old Town Sewer project. Just a handful of years ago, the EPA mandated that about 130, 140 homes have to install a municipal sewer system. Tie in with Lake County Utilities is ultimately what we're going to be doing. But with that, it's an unfunded mandate, and with that, we're looking at very large assessment costs to our residents of that area. It's not the highest income area, but regardless, these kind of dollars are a lot for just about any family. So, with that plea to Commissioner Plechnik, he assured me that he was going to do all he could to try to bring some dollars home to Kirtland. And so, just about a month ago, I saw him at another event. And he told me that he was, maybe he'd cracked the code a little bit, and with the help of the other commissioners. And so that we might be here, standing here on a day like today. And I cannot thank the commissioner specifically enough for his effort in this. It's a big deal. We brought out a couple of our residents from this affected area. And Mayor Tyler knows, he's intimately familiar with that area after serving as councilman and council president and mayor for 8 years. So he knows that, what something like this can do to a community. I mean, we could be talking about people losing, having to walk away from their homes as a result of these kind of dollars. So I cannot, I tell our residents that we've only just begun in this fight to get some of these dollars, but certainly $1 million is nothing to sneeze at, and thank you guys so much. Thanks to Randy for all of his help, and Doug Courtney, our engineer. We have Councilman Rich Lowry of Ward 1, who clearly knows that area and how these residents could be so affected by this. So I want to thank everybody for all of their work, and I assure you that the city of Kirtland appreciates it, all of our residents. And what better way? I think these federal dollars were really designed for these kinds of projects. So I think we're gonna prove that we know how to spend those dollars. So thanks so much.
Thank you, sir.
Any questions?
think it's self-evident, but I would like to say, Commissioner, former mayor, I know you were in on the ground floor of this. Anything you want to add,
Mayor
sir?
Potter, good to see you as always, and I'm so glad I started today with this really important resolution. I was in your shoes 14 years ago when we started Phase 1, worked with Department of Utilities, and Randy and his team did an amazing job getting that designed and installed. Matter of fact, it started with the public hearings with the commissioners back in June of 2008. And fortunately, at that time, we designed for additional capacity for the future, so we wouldn't have to have major redesign or upgrades in sizing. So all that was thought out ahead of time in anticipation of tying in the Old Town area. We knew someday this would come. So I'm just so pleased there's money available to help out these residents. This is, like you said, this is a huge difference. $1 million will really help everyone in that neighborhood, and it impacts a lot of families. So I'm very pleased to be here tonight. So thank you for your time showing up, Councilman, as well.
Well said, thank you. And Randy, I know you've been working with this and with an eye on how can we reduce these costs. I give you high praise for keeping an open mind and making sure the math works out. So, thoughts?
Thank you, Commissioner. Yeah, it's been a very long process. We've had a couple Zoom meetings with public meetings, a couple in-person public meetings at the high school over the last several years, and I think we're finally getting towards rolling downhill a little bit. We met with Doug Courtney, our design engineer, yesterday to kind of finalize the numbers. This is a big step. Going towards the cost of this project is really going to help out the residents. We're looking at our formal public hearing sometime in mid-September. We'll be contacting you for some dates on that. And from there, we'll hopefully be advertising in the fall and getting something under construction next spring and having people able to tie in and provide a solution to some of the issues that are happening out there with failing septics and that sort of thing. So.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you, sir. And Commissioner Plechnik, I know this one's been important to you. You've helped get this one across the finish line, so I'm sure you have something to add to this conversation.
Well, Mr. President, I feel personally connected to the residents in Old Town Kirtland because when I first moved to Willoughby Hills over a decade ago, our neighborhood was ordered to go on sewer by the Ohio EPA. So I saw firsthand the for sale signs go in the front yards and the struggle of the families. It's not an easy thing. And as a local elected official, you don't have a say in whether the sewers are coming or not. You just have to work with the aftermath. And so I want to thank Mayor Potter for passionately standing up for the residents of Kirtland. I want to thank former Mayor Mark Tyler for joining with you, Mr. President, and myself in supporting this initiative. Mr. Roethlisberger, please correct me if I'm misdescribing in any way, but we've worked hard not only to allocate $1 million in funding today of the American Recovery Plan money towards this project to reduce the cost by just about, rough numbers, approximately a third to homeowners. And we've also made the commitment, we have the plan of putting forward $250,000, $250,000 of community development block grant money that residents who are income eligible will be able to apply for even more help. So for those who qualify under CDBG guidelines, we'll be able to do even more towards the cost of putting these sewers in. Once again, I saw firsthand the difficulty of seeing your neighborhood go on sewer. It's not an easy transition, but this is exactly what I meant when I said that the American Recovery Plan money, the federal money that's come through local government, needs to be invested, not spent. Shouldn't be given bonuses and salary increases because those are long-term costs. This should be invested in infrastructure. If you're going to spend your grandchildren's money, which is what the folks in DC have been doing for some time now, you need to give it back to your grandchildren. And these sewers are going to benefit Old Town Kirtland for a generation to come. So I really want to thank the City of Kirtland. I want to thank Lake County Department of Utilities for working so well together to alleviate some of this burden. $1 million plus towards the people of Kirtland. I think that this is a Kirtland kind of day, Mayor, Commissioner.
Well said. Thank you, sir.
Good day.
Okay, is there anyone in the audience wishing to engage in the public comment? Okay. All right, so we're done with the discussion. Madam Clerk, roll call.
Commissioner Plechnik.
Yes.
Commissioner Tyler,
Yes.
Commissioner Hammercheck.
Yes, very good.
In the Finance Department, resolution approving payment of bills as listed on the Commissioner's Approval Journal in the amount of $445,412.43.
Move to approve.
Second.
Discussion? None being heard. Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Commissioner Plechnik.
Yes.
Commissioner Tyler,
Yes.
Commissioner Hammercheck.
Yes.
Resolution approving purchase orders as listed on the Commissioner's Purchase Order Approval Journal in the amount of $1,298,868.23.
Move to approve.
Second.
Discussion? None being heard. Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Commissioner Plechnik.
Yes.
Commissioner Tyler,
Yes.
Commissioner Hammercheck.
Yes.
Resolution increasing an appropriation for a non-general fund account.
Move to approve.
Second.
Discussion? None being heard. Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Commissioner Plechnik.
Yes.
Commissioner Tyler,
Yes.
Commissioner Hammercheck.
Yes.
Resolution transferring appropriations within various general fund accounts.
Move to approve.
Second.
Discussion? None being heard. Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Commissioner Plechnik.
Yes.
Commissioner Tyler,
Yes.
Commissioner Hammercheck.
Yes. Okay, this brings us to our departmental reports portion of our meeting. Utilities. Randy.
Thank you, Commissioner. Just want to welcome Commissioner Tyler and look forward to showing off some of our facilities over the next couple of weeks, anytime you're ready.
Sounds great. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you, sir. Job and Family Services. Suzanne.
Good morning. I would also like to extend a warm welcome to the newest commissioner, Commissioner Tyler.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Looking forward to having you over to see the Job and Family Services building.
I'll be there.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you, Suzanne. All right, Madam Clerk.
Yes, I also wanted to welcome the new commissioner, Commissioner Tyler, and look forward to working with you.
You've been a big help so far, Jen. Thank you.
Thank you. I think it's going to be a great tenure here. And also, I wanted to mention that our next meeting is going to be next week on Tuesday, June 28th. It's a reminder that we moved it from Thursday to Tuesday, and it's going to be at 2 p.m. And also, I wanted to mention that it is one of our newest employees' birthday today. Summer's birthday is today, so she's running the AV back there, so happy birthday, Summer.
Thank you. I think it's worth saying, that help commenced about 16 minutes before our official meeting when our commissioner clerk sprinted downstairs to get the proper documents properly filed, time, date stamped per our Assistant Prosecuting Attorney Michael DeLeon's directions to make sure that Commissioner Tyler was in fact Commissioner Tyler for this meeting. So didn't know that you'd be getting your steps in today, but boy howdy, you were Johnny on the spot, so to speak. So for that, we all say thank you. All right, moving on to legal.
Welcome, Commissioner Tyler. Other than that, no report. Look forward to working with you. If we may be of assistance, let us know.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. DeLeon.
And as long as we're sending praises, thank you and the prosecutor's office for helping onboard Commissioner Tyler in such an effective way. Truly appreciated. All right, this brings us to our old business portion of our meeting. Do we have any old business? Any old business? Hearing none, moving on to new business. Do we have any new business? Any new business?
Mr. President?
Sir.
I would just say there's so much going on in Lake County. This Saturday, I can't go to all of it. We have Leroy Township Days, Saturday afternoon and evening, which is going to be an exciting event on the east side. The performances of Alice and Danceland continue at Willoughby Fine Arts. I will be attending this Saturday. It's the first original production. My understanding is the first original production that Willoughby Fine Arts is putting on. So very exciting that they've actually created their own play. And in Eastlake, Dennis Morley is very excited, Mayor Morley, about Nitro Circus at the Captain Stadium, which is a huge performance of stunts and exports and motorcycling. So this is just an exciting time to be in Lake County this summer.
Very good. Oh, and I see our sheriff here. Sir.
Morning. I wanted to thank Ohio Means Jobs for that video in terms of getting out the word on our hiring process, but I want to let everyone know we're in a crisis here in Lake County, in the state of Ohio, and across the United States. Certainly some tragedies involving law enforcement. But what the media has done in terms of its criticisms of public service, defund police, has created an environment where we get no applications. Not only the Lake County Sheriff's Office, where there are very good jobs and careers, no applications. We posted that video, had 6 views when we usually get, hundreds. Our prosecutor's office cannot get prosecutors to apply for jobs. Law enforcement is giving tests. When I first started, say Mentor would give a test for law enforcement. For 1 or 2 police officers' jobs, there'd be 500 people in line to get applications and to take a test for 2 jobs. Recently, one of our local cities posted for jobs, testing for police officers. They're hoping they get 20. One city posted here recently got no applications. These are excellent careers. Not only are they excellent careers, they're the opportunity to make a difference right here in your community. I saw recently the Cleveland Police Department is down 25% of its police officers. It only has 75% of its workforce. We as citizens need to encourage our children, our neighbors, to get involved in public service. You make a huge difference. And here's, not to go on, but the disservice that the news media and some politicians have given is in the criticism of law enforcement, the criticism of prosecutors has weakened the security of our neighborhoods in our cities. And we need to begin to take a stand that that's not acceptable. We cannot tolerate this anymore, and we need to encourage public service here. But I just thought it was important to stand up here today to at least let our citizens know what we are facing, whether that's in law enforcement, in our corrections, in our prosecutor's office, in our cities. We are in a crisis stage here, and we as communities need to get more involved in making that and fill those positions. Thank you.
You make an excellent point.
Commissioners, can I add to that?
Oh, please, Prosecutor Colson, please. Thank you, sir.
What the sheriff just said is very true and very real. You approved, starting at the beginning of this year, one attorney, and then a few months later, for me to hire another attorney. I cannot get any applications. No applications. I interviewed 2 or 3 people, and I thought they were really good, but they didn't want to work here in Lake County because we didn't pay enough. So part of the problem is also the pay scale. And so we have an issue with that. But I wanted you to know that we're trying real hard to hire the attorneys that you've given us the money for, and we just cannot get them. And that affects the whole criminal justice system. That affects everything because we are the last stop. After the police arrest, we have to prosecute them in the courts. And if we don't have the people, the qualified people, the good people to do that, then it hurts the county. But while I'm up here, Mayor, now Commissioner, Mr. Tatter, it's good to see you again.
You as well. Thank you very much.
We're looking forward to working with you at the prosecutor's office. I hope you will come visit us. I don't know if you've ever had a tour of our crime lab before.
I did actually when I was the mayor I was a grand jury foreman for Judge Mitrovich. I
Oh,
was
okay.
his last choice. So I shared that I met, at the time, Captain Leon Bruno, and the crime lab was a tremendous tour. I took a few courses in analytical chemistry, so, you know, typical geeky engineer, I was checking out all the equipment. I really enjoyed it, but I would love to have another tour. It's been quite a while.
Absolutely. We'll certainly get you that, and we'll get you to visit our victims advocates and
And-
all of our office.
And while you're up here, I want to thank you personally. Your department really helped out, making sure I met all the statutory requirements so I could be seated today, as well as I see Ross McDonald from BOE. Thank you both so much. I'm thrilled to be here and really excited helping along my colleagues moving the county forward. So it's good to see you again.
Good to see you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. And if I could just say, this is not just a Lake County problem at our sheriff and prosecutor. We have in our audience, Laura, if I could call upon you, your assistant prosecutor in a neighboring county. I'm sure you're seeing the same problems. Can you share some thoughts on that? If I could give you the microphone, please. Laura Pijmo.
Yeah, I'm assistant prosecutor on the civil division in Ashtabula County, and we are also having difficulty staffing our department. Obviously, the commute to Ashtabula County is much worse than the commute to Lake County, so we even have that bigger disadvantage. But yeah, we're seeing the exact same things in Ashtabula as well.
Thank you, ma'am. And sadly, back in the day, I can recall when you ask a young child, what do you want to be? You hear astronaut, police officer, firefighter, soldier. Now you don't hear that. You know, something as simple as Paw Patrol. They tried to cancel out the little police officer puppy. It has, I don't know, words escape me as to how to describe where society is going. But when it gets down to the level of you're trying to cancel a cartoon character and the absolute disrespect to our public servants who perform at the highest levels, and it's always the mistakes. That's the part that frustrates me. You know, if there's a incident involving a firearm and it involves an officer, it's the officer's fault. If there's an incident involving a firearm and it's a criminal, it's the gun manufacturer's fault. It's the ammunition manufacturer's fault. There's so many different standards out there. Words just escape me. I can only imagine what our prosecutor is having to endure. We've had some very impassioned budget hearings with a high degree of candor and honesty that I don't think the public gets to actually see that side of our prosecutor. It's tough. It's tough. And it's just the way that we're losing good people. It's hard to believe. I don't know. Gentlemen, if you want to add to this, I'll give you the floor.
Mr. President.
Sir.
As an associate professor of law, I feel very passionately about these issues. I've had many of my students go on to work for Prosecutor Colson, for Prosecutor O'Toole, and many of the law enforcement offices in Northeast Ohio. I've seen firsthand how difficult it is to recruit both in the sheriff's office and the prosecutor's office, not just because of the challenges that everyone is facing with staffing, but because the public has lost, very sadly has lost respect for the work of law enforcement. And it didn't happen in one day or because of one disrespectful comment. It happened because of tolerating many days of many disrespectful comments. I remember when the political phrase started to be used of defunding our law enforcement and our police. I knew that we had to say no very strongly, but that just saying it wasn't enough, which is why I tried to find every pro-police rally, motorcycle ride, protest that I could go to at least verbalize strongly and in public and on the record that this has to stop. And I was very heartened to see how many residents and neighbors got off work, took a day just to stand with their police officers, their prosecutors, their deputy sheriffs. And I think we made a difference in forcefully saying no, because now you're seeing those same weaselly politicians who proudly called for defunding law enforcement, trying to have it both ways. Well, we want to improve. We want to help you to do better. I would say put on a uniform and a badge, argue a case in court, protect your neighbors first before you try to comment on how to do the job better. I would say learn about law enforcement, learn about justice, study the law before you criticize the people who have put their lives on the line and, to the sheriff's point, are putting their lives on the line today. This is a crisis not just because society is less safe when we're understaffed in these critical departments, but because we as society enforce the law together. That mutual respect that we have for upholding the law, that mutual respect we have for our prosecutors and our police is part of the reason why we are all safe. And when we lose that respect, we are all at risk. So I want to thank Prosecutor Colson and Sheriff Liam Bruno for unabashedly saying it's not enough for you to weaselly say, well, I want to help you do better. You want to help? Put on a badge, get in court, or say thank you for your service. That's how you help. You don't help by criticizing a profession and a calling that you don't even understand for political gain. So thank you so much for your service, and I hope you know that unequivocally Lake County supports you.
Thank you. Commissioner Tyler.
I'd like to also echo my colleagues' sentiments. Mr. Prosecutor, you know me for a long time. I've always been a supporter of law enforcement, local level, county level. Sheriff Liam Bruno, nice to see you again. I support you guys in all that you do. And it's unfortunate we're at the point where we are, that we can't attract good people, and hopefully you can fill those roles soon. I support you guys, and I think you guys do a great job. So.
Well said. Thank you. Okay, if there's nothing further on that, moving on to our second public comment.
Mr. President?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, sir.
Before that, on a related note, I do think it's worth announcing and sharing that our county engineer's office is having a hiring event this Saturday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. So if you want to help maintain, clean, and clear our roads in Lake County, if you want to work as a mechanic, a laborer, and in many other positions, the starting salary is $23.51 an hour. You know, there's very good paying jobs in our county engineer's office, and this is an opportunity to go to Blackbrook and Painesville. That's 550 Blackbrook, Painesville, this Saturday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. The engineer's office had asked if I would share, and so I really want to highlight that these are some opportunities to serve your county in another way. You know, some of us are called to be officers, some of us are called to be lawyers, some of us are called to keep the road clear, 3 a.m. on Christmas Eve. These are all critical jobs that protect the public, and we want to make sure you know these jobs are available. You can come for open interviews this Saturday and start your next career on Team Lake County.
Very good. Thank you. Okay, Mr. Music.
John Music, 45 Coventry Drive, and you all have known I've been coming to these meetings since 2005, and I've talked about law enforcement here. And I've talked about the jail and the crime lab, and I also toured that, And just like, we are very, very fortunate here in Lake County. We have a great sheriff and his department. We have a great prosecutor and his department. And we have great judges here in Lake County. It takes all three to have our laws enforced. We're very fortunate here in Lake County. I can't say this happening throughout our country. And like I have always said, we have got to give them the tools they need to do their job. Because without law enforcement, and that includes all three departments here in Lake County, we will not have a county, nor will we have a country. Our military and our law enforcement is a priority to all of us, and we need that. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Anyone else wishing to address the board? Anyone else? Very good. Okay, moving on, we do have a request for executive session for the following purposes: real estate, lease, real estate, property acquisition, personnel, collective bargaining. There will be no business to be conducted afterwards. Do I have a motion to adjourn for the reasons so stated?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, Madam Clerk, roll call please.
Commissioner Plechnik.
Yes.
Commissioner Tyler.
Yes.
Commissioner Hammercheck.
Yes. Thank you for joining us today.
got one?